cutting wood. In the world of lumber and woodworking, efficiency is paramount. Every sawyer, from the large-scale mill operator to the weekend hobbyist, understands that the goal is not just to cut wood, but to maximize the usable lumber from every log. Waste, in the form of sawdust, slabs, and improperly sized boards, represents lost profit and squandered natural resources. Reducing this waste is a critical aspect of any successful sawing operation. The process begins long before the saw blade ever touches the wood. It starts with careful planning, precise measurement, and a deep understanding of the log itself. By adopting smarter techniques and leveraging the right technology, operators can significantly increase their yield and improve their bottom line. The first and most crucial step in minimizing waste is the initial assessment and positioning of the log. Before making a single cut, a skilled sawyer will thoroughly inspect the log for any defects, such as knots, cracks, sweep curve, or taper. This evaluation determines the best way to orient the log on the sawmill to extract the highest quality and quantity of boards. For example, a log with a significant sweep might be best sawn in a way that isolates the curve into fewer, lower-grade boards, preserving the straight-grained wood for more valuable cuts. This process, often called reading the log, is an art form that combines experience with geometric intuition. The goal is to visualize the final boards within the round log and plan the cutting sequence accordingly. Placing the log with its best face down or up can make a substantial difference in the final yield. An improperly oriented log can lead to a high volume of unusable slabs and edgings, turning potential profit directly into the waste pile. Once the log is properly positioned, the choice of cutting pattern becomes the next critical decision. There are several standard methods for breaking down a log, each with its own advantages regarding yield, grain pattern, and production speed. Live sawing, or through-and-through sawing, is the simplest method, involving a series of parallel cuts through the entire log. While fast, it often produces boards with mixed grain patterns and can result in significant waste from weighing on the edges. A more yield-focused approach is cant sawing, where the sawyer squares the log into a central cant and then saws boards from the cant. This allows for better control over board dimensions and quality. Perhaps the most efficient method for maximizing high-quality lumber is grade sawing. This technique involves turning the log multiple times to cut the best possible boards from each face, working around defects and prioritizing the extraction of clear, valuable lumber. The sawyer continuously assesses the exposed face after each cut, making strategic decisions about the next one. While more time-consuming, grade sawing consistently produces the highest yield of top-grade material, drastically reducing the amount of valuable wood that ends up as waste. Beyond the cutting pattern, the thickness of the saw blade itself, known as the kerf, plays a significant role in waste reduction. Every pass of the saw turns a small portion of the log into sawdust. A standard circular saw blade might have a kerf of 1/4 inch or more. When you consider making dozens or even hundreds of cuts in a day, that 1/4 inch of sawdust adds up to a surprising volume of lost wood. This is where thin kerf technology has revolutionized the industry. Modern bandsaw mills, in particular, utilize blades that can be as thin as 1/16 of an inch. By reducing the kerf by half or more, a sawyer can effectively gain an extra board for every 8 or 10 cuts made. Over the course of sawing a large log, this can translate into a significant increase in total board feet. Investing in thin kerf blades and ensuring they are kept sharp and properly maintained is one of the most direct and effective ways to combat waste at the source. A dull or improperly set blade will not only create more sawdust, but also produce rough, inaccurate cuts that require more planing and sanding, further reducing the final volume of usable wood. Finally, a comprehensive waste reduction strategy extends beyond the primary cuts. What is traditionally considered waste can often be repurposed into valuable products. The slabs, the rounded outer pieces cut from the log, can be resawn into smaller boards, used for firewood or chipped for mulch or animal bedding. Edgings and trim ends can be used for small craft projects or converted into wood pellets. Even sawdust has numerous applications, from agricultural bedding to a component in composite wood products. A truly efficient operation looks at the entire log and finds a use for every part of it. By integrating careful log assessment, strategic cutting patterns, thin kerf technology, and a commitment to repurposing byproducts, lumber sawing operations can Transform from a process that generates significant waste into a highly efficient system that honors the value of every tree. Sawing wood.